As an admin and mod for many Twitch streamers, I often talk about protection of talents, users, and viewers on any given platform. I want people to have a good time and feel comfortable online without too much worry about someone finding them. When you're online, if you're a minor, do not disclose your age, don't disclose your location, and don't send photos of yourself to anyone, ever. Don't even disclose that you're a minor. The average integrity of someone with the mentality of a high schooler lasts as long as their emotions allow them to remain calm or happy. I see this often on a place as common as Discord, where people wear their age like a badge, because when you're a kid, there's nothing else to be proud of other than being older than someone else. Companies are going to eventually hire minors to work in the VTuber sphere. Before they go announcing it with an @everyone on Twitter, which isn't something I ever recommend, they should be prepared to address the VTuber community. People will be worried about the motives of the company, the danger they're putting the VTuber in, and the culture of the VTuber community. I do not think it is inherently negative to hire a minor as a VTuber. I will say that the internet, talent agencies, and laws have not caught up with the times yet to protect a minor content creator. There's a lot of potential to grow someone's career when they're still young. They can become something much larger by being around the right kind of people who can accelerate their career and assist them in the creative process. We've seen this with the Beatles, Michael Jackson, Ariana Grande, Ed Sheeran, and Taylor Swift. People say that the VTuber community is mature and not suitable for people younger than 18, which is incorrect. If people think the community is not suitable for children, then that's our fault. It's also far from the truth. There are many wholesome, safe for work, and non-lewd streamers who offer content that is suitable for people who are legally able to hold an account on most websites. The origin of most VTubers stems from anime, which is targeted at all audiences, like other forms of media, because capitalism. I know they say it's mostly targeted at teens and young adults, but I don't care what people tell me, because we know that they'll make something if there's money in it. The idea of target audiences for marketing, don't worry about it. There are anime suitable for children out there, and the most recent example I can think of is Dr. Stone. It's Bill Nye the Science Guy for anime, and has the humor for a PG audience, even if there's some hidden adult moments that kids won't understand. There's other types of VTubers out there like ToonTubers and DisneyTubers who offer safe content as well, and their original format has just as wide an audience without the heavy lewd art. Speaking of lewd art, that's something you cannot stop. Fan artists can and will do whatever they want to characters who don't exist. If they like a character, they will make art of it. If you tell them not to make it, most won't tag it like people who won't tag lewd fan art. It's simply a character, not a real person, which leads to the next topic. The person playing the character is underage. This is one of the parts where law hasn't caught up yet with the internet. I don't know of any suggestive fan art of actual underage actors. I hope there isn't any. And if there is, I hope the artist gets taken to the proper correctional facilities, because last I knew, that's illegal. I don't know if there needs to be laws in place for this, or how to address this legally. I will say that there are things we as individuals, mods, and companies in the future can do to protect the talent using the model. Social media websites like Twitter or X lets you block 18+ content, meaning a talent manager should be watching the account, as well as whatever the talent has posted, while keeping their interactions limited. Limitations I would start applying are, they should not be following or engaging any of the content on their personal account unless they simply like a fan work. Commenting on it is not suggested, and they should not read comments. Tell them out the gate that lewd fan art is not allowed on their fan art tag, which Hololive and Ichisaji talents still struggle with to this day. Maybe mention it in the profile. They should interact with a limited number of indie VTubers, corporate VTubers, and/or content creators who are for the most part safe for work. They are allowed to follow the artists who work on their models. They are allowed to follow a series of artists who post only safe for work content, and on occasion someone else's work, to limit the odds of 18+ work possibly reaching their timeline. Do not let them see or answer any DMs directly. All DMs must be read by management. Responses can be relayed to management and never done directly. All posts should get approved from management. Avoid posting anything directly mentioning things that would be considered 18+ to avoid reverse psychology. One additional proposal is to limit how much time they spend on their VTuber social media account. If you aren't going to give them full control, limit it to a few hours a day, then require management to look over everything they saw. When you place them in the spotlight that early and give them the large audience with the technology we have now, there's going to be issues. This isn't limited to Twitter or X. It can apply to Discord and any other service they have social accounts on. Further suggestions include limited time on Discord when they're not in the management server. Friend requests need to be completely blocked, or at least locked to friends of friends and approved by management. DMs completely blocked with all inquiries being sent through business email, or leave it on friends only so management can explore what was said and when. If you notice too many edits or what looks like deletes, it should be suspicious. Limit the number of servers or communities they join. If companies going forward wish to disclose a minor working for them after they've joined, at the least I would like agencies and talents, keywords there are agencies and talents, to have direct access to tools and resources for law enforcement for when people choose to be creepy or try to find their personal information. The talent especially should be able to report a problem anytime without worry of legally binding contracts causing them to be sued or fired. If they approach it in the way HoloLive and Nichisanji are going after antis, it would make a much safer space for talents and something that can be enforced better. With the talent manager monitoring DMs, random people will be less likely to message the talent. There are a few challenges that come with being a VTuber of this kind. They have to keep a cool head when taking criticism. Taking it the wrong way, or trying to fight against it can lead to mental stress while in defense mode, in an attempt to appease everyone. The internet can be unforgiving, and they will use everything they have against the talent. Like most minors, they don't know who they are yet. Consistency isn't common. They will likely post things contradicting to something they said as soon as a week earlier without them realizing it. Saying things like, "I don't think people should hate each other," followed by, "I hate this person for doing that and I will never forgive them," is going to blow up in their face. They have to watch what they say on stream. They cannot say things that sound lewd directly, nor hint at it too heavily indirectly. Keep in mind you can make anything sound different from its intended use if you twist it, so don't do that. Anything with sexual content in the rating needs to be avoided. Grand Theft Auto would be one of those games. The list of people they can collaborate with diminishes since they have to avoid saying anything possibly suspicious that could land them in legal trouble. If you're going to have underage talent interact with viewers, I suggest limiting it to recorded content, or heavily block a list of words and emotes to protect the talent on stream. If there's multiple people in an agency with a range of ages, both minor and adult, one of the best practices is to have the adults try to be as say-so as possible when live, or limit collaborations to recorded content only. This way, if something does slip up, you can at least delete it. One thing that won't be a challenge is the list of games they can play. The ESRB is a system to self-regulate the video game industry in an attempt to keep the government at bay from interfering with the creative process. It is unfortunate to anyone who is in one of these companies that are abusing the talent and taking advantage of them. We've already seen many VTuber corporations who take advantage of their talent collapse, and that is the best we can hope for if the company is mistreating them. To anyone working for a terrible company like this, gather as much evidence as you can to use later if you truly cannot find a way out of the contracts. Your first steps to gathering evidence is to make a request for change. This will be your best way to gain support and favor. Minors growing in this medium is something I'd love to see one day. A supportive community who can follow a content creator even after they've become an adult. A community of people who know it's someone with a lot to learn, see the wonderful potential in the talent, and look forward to whatever crazy series of content they can think up. Who knows? They might even keep the form of content we've come to know them for, giving us a new way to enjoy and experience VTubers. Thanks all for joining me on this side of the universe, and I will catch you in the next world.